Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys drive a car or own a car? Expected. How many of you guys drive a Volkswagen? Nobody? Anybody drive or own a classic car by any chance? What kind of car?
An 86 Volvo 240.
My dad has a 1969 Volkswagen Bus. I mean, Bug.
Perfect. Okay. So, all right. Well, I am here today to expose you guys to a beauty of the past. Classic cars for most people are their most prized possession. Some people take it to the next level where they choose it over their wives. You don't want to choose that over your wife. Trust me. It's gonna get her pissed. Right here I have my 1969 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. I've spent countless of hours and time remodeling. And yeah, well, by learning the history of a Karmann Ghia and how it has impacted my life, I hope you guys will be intrigued by one and find some interest in a classic car. Well, I'm going to explain how the culture of the car represents how it came about and discuss why I have unconditional love for a Karmann Ghia. So, the car is unique and one of a kind. It represents so much to the Volkswagen culture. I'm going to tell you guys how it came about. In the late 1940s and early 1950s, the world had just recovered from the World War II. Everybody started to prosper and gain their money back from the war, mentally and financially. So the world wanted something better. They wanted something more elegant, more fancy, to look better on that street. And at the time, the automotive market wasn't, at that expectation. So at the time, they had boring cars, just plain boring cars. So Volkswagen at the time decided to step up to that market and come up with their elegant car, which was the Karmann Ghia. So how did the Karmann Ghia get its name? Volkswagen, so they wanted to come out with their luxury car, and so the way that came about was Ghia at the time was a Italian-style car company that designed pretty much Italian cars. They had partnered with Chrysler and wanted to design this car for the market to sell. At the time, Volkswagen had partnered with Karmann, which was also a designer for cars, and they wanted to step up to the market as well. So Chrysler came out with their cars, and Volkswagen had to step up. So Karmann contacted Ghia, and sooner or later, one of the Chrysler's ideas was modified into the Karmann Ghia. So Volkswagen kind of took that from Chrysler. So now that you guys know some history from the Karmann Ghia, I'm going to tell you guys how this car impacts my life. I started off with a Volkswagen Buggy. She used to talk about a Buggy. I purchased it, and my uncle taught me everything. He taught me how to strip down the interior, how to take out the motor, how to rebuild it, and I spent my whole summer doing that, and I loved it. So I gained so much interest into the Volkswagens and classic cars that I purchased a Karmann Ghia. Stripped it down, rebuilt the engine, remodeled it, and it feels great to be able to drive that and know that I did that. So there's times on the weekends where I'm driving, and since I'm in the Volkswagen culture, I'm driving and say a Volkswagen bus or buggy pulls up next to me. It feels great because you do one of these, you're driving, and you look over and you're like, yeah. So you have that connection with them. So how it impacted my life also was my perspective about cars. Just the outlook of how classic cars have really, have been forgot about, and there's only a certain culture that tries to revolutionize the car. So my creation is a great accomplishment for me. It brings me seldom pleasure whenever I drive it. I wake up in the morning, I get to drive it. Come back after work, I'm closing, come out 2 in the morning, I get to drive it home. It's great. I also joined a Volkswagen crew. We gather on the weekends, and you know, it's like in my second family. Since I'm in college, I don't really get to see my original family, so I feel that connection with them. So in conclusion, you guys learned a little bit about the history, how it impacted my life, and by that we talked about how it came about, how it created its image, and how my life has transformed into a different perspective. Now, you guys' car probably to get you point A to point B, you guys don't really care about it, but Car Magia will get you there in style and everything.